It's a beautiful Thursday morning and we welcome you to our flagship program right here in the city of Oka. All right, we are going to start this morning with bringing your way the stories trending on ABS website and also national dailies. And we have some reviewers with us in the studio this morning. But after this short break, you get to meet them. Stay with us. My name is Chidima Arangwa. All right, you're welcome back to this show. This morning we have with us in the studio Henry Duru. Henry Duru is a public affairs analyst. Henry, good morning and welcome to Press Review this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We also have with us Apostle I.C. John Paul. He's also a public affairs analyst. Apostle, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And we also want to tell you that you can be part of this review this morning. Only dial the number displayed in front of your TV set. And then when you want to call us, reduce the volume on your television. And then you make a call. All right, quickly, let's see what we have on ABS website this beautiful morning. Anambra State Assembly invite Aswama MD over sanitation fees. Anambra government inaugurates State Health Research Ethics Committee. Mrs. Nonye Soludo decorated cervical cancer champion by WHO. Others. Soludo flags of youth empowerment program, One Youth, Two Skills in Oka. All right, these are the stories that are trending on ABS website this morning. Over to you, Harry.
Thank you very much. The first report there on the invitation extended to Aswama MD by the Anambra State House of Assembly over sanitation fees. Ordinarily, there is nothing wrong to be said about sanitation fees because sanitation, refuse disposal is a service. And in the context of modern states, people pay for such services even if the payment is subsidized. But then my own concern is the issue of management of waste in cities and semi-urban areas of the state. We have seen the state government trying to re-strategize, to design new measures to ensure that waste disposal becomes better. So I still appeal to the authorities, particularly the ASWAMA, to do everything possible to ensure that we get to that place we want to get in terms of waste management. It's a problem that is not peculiar to Anambra State. It's a problem that we see in all states of the Federation. And over time, we have been trying to get it right. And we have been meeting obstacles. And I hope sincerely that this time around we are going to get it right.
All right, thank you so much for that submission of yours. Quickly, let's see another story there, Apostle. We have Anambra's government inaugurating State Health Research Ethics Committee. Mrs. Soludo decorated as a cervical cancer champion by WHO, and also Soludo flagging of youth empowerment program, One Youth, Two Skills in Oka.
Yeah. Let me talk about the what do you call it? The skill acquisition.
Okay.
It's a good move, you know, from the governor, because you need to catch the youths. You know, you catch them now. You know, you give them skill acquisitions, teach them, you know, skills, and empower them. And when you empower youth, when you empower one youth, in fact, you have created over 200 jobs. Sincerely, if you go and analyze it very well, you'll find out. Because a youth that you have, a sincere youth who really wants to impact positively on the society. Once he or she gets a skill acquisition, gets empowerment, and then he now goes back to bring others along. So it's a good move. We need to catch up our youth this time. We need to do the needful at this point in time. Because if you watch what is happening today in the society, most of the people are going astray, especially the youths, because they lack, the skill acquisition. Everything is not about going to school. In this society, in today's Nigeria, in today's society, after going to school and you don't have any skill, you have wasted your time. Sincerely, I'm telling the truth. So we are not campaigning against school. You go to school and then you also have something up here. You have a skill. So that if you don't have white collar job, then you establish yourself. You set yourself up, and then by setting yourself up, you will employ other people. By so doing, you have created job. So what the governor is doing is a good move. We commend him for that, and we appreciate what he's doing, and we ask that more youth should key into that skill acquisition program to get trained and get empowered so that we can reduce unemployment in our state. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that. Quickly, let's go over to our first paper under review this morning, and that's the Daily Sun newspaper. With the big story in front of the Daily Sun, security agents raid Abuja estate. U.S. asks nationals to leave Nigeria. Foreign nations take proactive measures. We won't be stampeded by U.S. federal government. Step up battle at terrorist camps. Commander urges MNJTF. Kano records another legal victory against federal government. Court orders government to return IPOB leader to Kenya, pay 500 million naira damages. CBN to unveil redesigned 200 naira, 500 naira, 1000 naira notes December 15. Moves to mop up 2.77 trillion naira in private coffers. Preliminary voters register hit 93.5 million. INEC. Federal government unveils preferred bidders for Lagos Abuja Kano Airport. Government stakeholders clash over Nigeria air kick-off date. Benue killings, autumn fumes, falls Atiku. Then flood destroyed 80 billion naira transport infrastructure. Labour Party inaugurates campaign cancelled tomorrow. All right, these are the stories on front of the Daily Sun newspaper this morning. Quickly, let's see what the banner headline: security agent raid Abuja estate. U.S. asking their nationals to leave Nigeria immediately.
Okay, thank you very much. That story on the security alert by the U.S. Embassy, then the British High Commission, and even the Canadian High Commission eventually has been the big story on the national scene for a number of days now, and it's something to be taken very seriously. I watched the response of the federal government through the Minister for Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed. What I don't really like about that is the emphasis, that tendency to emphasize national pride, by saying that Nigeria will not be stampeded by the United States, by the foreign powers. And even as he was assuring that the security agencies are on top of the situation. But I think when a terror alert is raised, it's something to be taken seriously. And I should believe that the security agencies ought to be doing something behind the scene now, because at times some of this intelligence is received and it is not actionable intelligence, in that the dots have not been actually joined. So you can get distorted information here and there without being able to connect the dots. Just like if you remember during what happened with the Christmas Day bomber, the attempt by Abdul Muttalab. I think that was December of 2009. when Obama was responding, he said they actually had intelligence, but it was not actionable because they have not been able to join the dots. So instead of saying you are assuring, because when he was saying that he was assuring of safety, I was a little bit afraid. What if something happens eventually? Are you going to retract those words and then start to apologize to people that you gave assurances to, and because of that, they remained in Abuja instead of moving? So what I think should be done now is just beyond rhetoric, beyond emphasis on national pride, beyond the ego trip, to actually, for the security agencies to actually do their work behind the scene and try as much as possible to nip that possible threat in the bud. And in the event of that threat becoming a reality, they should also be able to apply very robust reactive measures to contain it, even when it has started.
All right, thank you so much, Apostle.
Yeah, let me comment on CBN to unveil redesign 200, 500, and 1,000 notes.
All right, before we continue, let's know who is there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Reduce the volume on your television set, please.
Okay, I'll talk now.
What's your name and your location?
Chief Judge is Bobo.
All right, where you? Okay, Judge, you're welcome.
I want to comment on empowerment.
All right.
Now, any new empowerment. As we will get control just select. On I want to be very unfortunate. Now, those people are better for the being or Niana. And what empowerment then? Makana, so that
So,
now, not on the Makana, just from the professor. What happened there? We want to get allowance. We are watching, people are watching it.
so Keki Simalo no woro empowerment aneme. I think that information again went to the Ministry of Youth, right? All right. All right, thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Mana, information concerning that, I think you should direct it to the Ministry of Youth Empowerment. And empowerment. We are talking about one youth, two skills. So if you need to get more information on that, you direct your questions to the Ministry of Youth and Empowerment. All right, quickly, Apostle, go ahead.
Yeah, let me marry that together, though you've not read that the headline from Punch.
Okay, you want to talk about
the
headline?
The same topic there.
All right, go ahead.
It says CBN plans Naira designed to counterfeiting, kidnapping. Yes, it's a welcome development first, because if you look at what is happening today in our society, you find out that a lot of counterfeit notes, are spread all over the country. But I have a little bit, in fact, I'm worried over this move. The CBN says that one of their reasons for wanting to redesign or for bringing the plan to redesign 200 Naira, 500 Naira, 1,000 Naira notes is to fight counterfeit notes and also fight kidnapping. And then it is worrisome because what you want to fight, you have already unveiled. What you intend to fight, you have announced to the people. And people who are into the business of counterfeit, they have ears. They have heard you. And as you are taking your own measures, as you are planning, they are also planning. As you are redesigning your own notes, they are now also orchestrating their own plan to make sure that they, follow you along as you move. So I believe that what CBN could have done is just to sit down on their own. There are certain things you don't, security issues, you don't discuss them on air. Security issues, you don't bring them to the public, for just bringing sake. No. What the CBN could have done is just to sit down and, look at this. What can we do to fight this counterfeit? In a way that when it is fought, it will last a long time. Okay? Changing Naira note or redesigning it will not give Nigerians a permanent solution to counterfeit. It will never. Because these people that have these counterfeit notes, once you reprint, once you redesign, they have their machines, they have people. In fact, let me even tell you, they have insiders in CBN who give them information. Okay? Because okay, so they have insiders that will still tell them this is the way it was done, this is where you're going to do your own to get it, look exact. So what I'm saying in essence is this: CBN, yes, it's a good move to fight counterfeit. I agree with them. But unveiling this to the public, telling the public that this is what we intend to achieve, let me tell you, at the end of the day, they will achieve nothing. Because the people who are in the business, they have ears, they have heard you. And you gave them, you say you are changing, this will come into play by December 15. They have heard you. The moment this comes into play, the moment this new redesign notes come into speculation, let me tell you, these people will go ahead. Give them just 1 month, 2 months. They are fraudsters. They know the business more than you. They will begin to reprint the counterfeit, and it will still be spreading. So what they could have done is very simple. Keep this, to themselves. This is what we intend to achieve. Yes, we know this is what we intend to achieve. And you keep it to yourself. And then, most importantly, look holistically and find out a lasting solution to the problem. Changing Naira or changing or redesigning will never give Nigerians a permanent solution to the problem. What we do is just to bring a temporary solution. Because if that means when these fraudsters goes ahead to reprint their counterfeit, that means you are going to continue to change or redesign Naira. And let me even tell you, to redesign will cost money. To redesign this note will cost money. And yet this is a country where you cannot...
Good morning.
All right, good morning. Your name and your location, please.
Yeah, my name is Femi. I am calling from Lagos.
Femi from Lagos.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I want to have a stake on the CBN unveiling, redesigning.
Yes.
Some of the Nigerian.
Yeah, 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira notes.
We have in Nigeria, when hunger is killing people, when insecurity is ravaging the country, when we do not have roads, better roads, why is this administration in the head? An administration that has not less than 7 months to pack and go. They are bringing up projects that will cost Nigeria a huge amount of Naira, a huge amount of money. When Nigeria has been indebted to trillions, I think it is not appropriate for CBN to come up this time with the designing of the currency. And I want to have another take. The alert by UK and America. You see, the problem of Nigeria, this administration, is that we has been done. The presidential convoy was attacked by the same
All right, Femi.
terrorists.
Femi, are you there?
The government of the day has never done anything. They should do something. If America and the UK have started to evacuate their citizens.
Femi, are you there? Are you there? Femi, listen to me.
To trouble. There is fire on the mountain. May God help us next year to vote in people that will change the face of Nigeria. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Femi. All right.
Let me just round up, please. I think that National Assembly should stop CBN from doing this. This is not the problem at hand now. We have much problem to solve. Okay? The issue of hunger. A bag of rice in the market is nothing to write home about. You go to market now to buy a bag of rice is nearly about 28,000, 27,000. And the federal government of Nigeria is not looking to that direction. They are not worried about the hunger in the land. They are not worried about the insecurity. They are not worried about the striking lecturer that just resumed. And they are still threatening they will go back again. They are not worried about all this. What they are interested is in changing or redesigning notes. And to redesign these notes, Chidema, we cost Nigeria money. Let them take that money that it will cost Nigeria to redesign this note and invest it in other sectors to improve on our economy. That is my take. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Quickly, let's see what we have in front of the Punch newspaper. 2023, Lagos, Kaduna, Rivers, Kano voters top INEC register. 27 million illegal registrants deleted. 23 registration officers under sanction. INEC to display register from November 12 to November 25, 6 corporation. Flooding, experts warn of epidemic as corpses float. DSS arrests terror suspect, US evacuate non-emergency staff. And then down there, Buhari eyes over $1.3 billion trade with South Korea. Tears as BRT vehicle kills trader, apprentice, and laborer. Henry.
Okay, thank you very much. The major story there on Lagos, Kaduna, Rivers. Kano, topping the INEC voter register. Mm-hmm. These states have over the years, been the states where you have a very large number of voters. So the trend continues. Then I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago when I heard, either the Commissioner for Information in Lagos State or the governor himself talking about voter turnout, that over the years, just about 10% of voters have been coming out to vote in Lagos State, despite the fact that the voter register has millions of registrants. So we just hope that this time around that we're going to have something different. Maybe when we have a very large voter turnout, some persons who have been sitting down and criticizing from their homes will come out to speak with their ballot.
All right, thank you so much. And next paper is the Daily Independent newspaper this morning. But before we do that, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and your location.
Okay, good morning. Everybody, if you come on the night.
All right, welcome.
I want to correct my brother. Bag of rice is not 2,000. Bag of rice now is 37,500, 40,000.
Okay.
It's not 8,000.
All right, thank you so much. All right, quickly, let's see what we have in front of the Daily Independent. The big story there is still talking about voters, 93 million voters to decide Obi, Atiku, Tinubu, and others' faith. All right, INEC says no going back on BVAS, e-transmission of results. 23 INEC staff face disciplinary action for fake registration. Court orders FG to return Kano to Kenya, fines it 500 million naira. APC to decide Tinubu's participation in presidential debate. And then we see our federal government announces preferred bidders for 3 airports. Niger Delta presidential amnesty program may end November. Federal government okays purchase of 660 billion naira innocent vehicles for FRSC. Benue will vote against Atiku if he fails to apologize. Autumn, that's the governor of Benue. Now, I think we should start from federal government okaying purchase of 660 billion naira innocent vehicle for FRSC. And we have riders there approving 16.7 billion naira for, internet broadband expansion. Now, let's start from that story. Apostle.
Yeah. It's a good move. Kudos to and kudos to innocent. So federal government, agreeing to patronize Nigerian-made vehicles. A good move. This is what we have been clamoring for. This is what we have been preaching. That Nigerians should patronize locally manufactured products so that we can enhance our economy. Now, the federal government is waking up to the realities. Okay? Now, Buhari has agreed to purchase 660 billion worth of vehicles from innocent vehicle. It's a good move. And I think this is for road safety. Yeah. So I would like to also encourage the federal government to also extend this to other agencies. Police, purchase other vehicles for police, purchase more vehicles for Nigeria Army, patronize innocent. This is our own, okay? And even purchase the one you yourself as president we use. Purchase it, from Nigeria. Not you say you are purchasing for federal road safety, and you are purchasing for this person, and yourself you are driving Mercedes-Benz, you are driving Prado. It's good, but what they have done by okaying or agreeing to purchase this vehicle from innocent is commendable, but I want to say that they should equally extend this to other federal government agencies like police, like I have said, like Nigeria Army, so that we will build our own economy. And also, also purchase other Nigerian-made goods, not just about innocent now. We have other Nigerian-made goods. We have Nigerian rice. Nigerian farmers are good in farming. The federal government of Nigeria should equally purchase from these people, and they help them by giving them grants to even enhance their production. Okay? And there's one thing about federal government of Nigeria, about this administration. Let me say it here. Okay? The federal government led by Muhammad Buhari, with all due respect, is good at saying things that they won't do. They have said it on paper now. Let them fulfill it. Right. Okay? They have said it, we are going to do this. Let them fulfill it. Not when you come on paper, you say we are going to do this thing, and then you go behind and you do different things. It will not all go well for Nigerians. Thank you.
Thank you. Henry, which one would you like to talk on?
Okay. Let me comment briefly on the judgment at Omaha yesterday regarding Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
We know that there is also an appeal that has been lodged by the federal government of Nigeria in regard to the Court of Appeal judgment. I just hope that we are not about to see the repeat of the scenario we saw with Al-Zakzaky and then Dasuki, where a series of court judgments were not actually obeyed. I think the whole thing around Kanu's detention and trial is overheating the polity, and it is not something that is so good for us at this moment that we are preparing for election. So I think the federal government should actually do the right thing and try to obey court orders in regard to this. Now the matter is the Supreme Court talking about the judgment that actually freed him. Let them, since it's there before the court already, there is no need to comment, but let whatever the decision that comes out of that appeal be obeyed so that we can rest this matter once and for all.
Next paper under review is This Day newspaper with the banner headline, "In ambush of vote buyers, ransom takers, CBN voids Naira notes by end of January." Redesigns 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira notes, says 80% currency in circulation outside banks vote. Emefiele, new bills out December 15, existing banknotes expire January 31st. Halts charges for cash deposit to encourage transition. EFCC hails stands ready in banking halls for money launderers. Analysts urge Financial Intelligence Unit to monitor illegitimate transactions. Federal government is tackling growing inflationary pressure, says the finance minister, says crude oil theft, subsidy deductions responsible for poor 2022 budget performance. Lament effects of rising diesel cost on food prices. Highlights measures to make port attractive. Atiku takes presidential campaign to United States. Federal government, Nigeria won't be stampeded by US and UK travel advisories. All right, these are many more other stories trending in front of the This Day newspaper this morning. Apostle.
Yeah, Atiku takes a presidential campaign to United States of America. I don't know, he's taking campaign to America. I don't know whether he's going to govern over Americans, but it's good. As he goes to America to campaign, he should equally go there to learn their way of governance. Should, in case he wins the election, he will bring, knowledge of what is happening in America to Nigeria. Because in America, rule of laws is obeyed. Court orders are obeyed. In America, you have good rules. In America, you have pensioners are being paid their pension. Lecturers don't go on strike. Health facilities are active, working 24 hours. But in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. And he has been the vice president of this country for 8 years. And during his tenure as the vice president of this country, lecturers went on strike. During his tenure as vice president of this country, most of our Nigerian assets were privatized. So I don't know. Yeah, this is not the first time he's been to United States of America. He has been there severally, and he's going there now with campaign to Nigerians, to encourage their people that live here in Nigeria to vote for him. It's good. But I think that the best thing to do at this point in time is to go to America and study. If he hasn't studied their way of governance, he should go and study it now. He should get ready, in case he gets elected. So he will come back to Nigeria and develop this country. We need people with ideas, to govern this country. Right. Not going there to go and drink, or going there to campaign or speak English or speak grammar. No. That's not why you should go there. You should go there to study. Just like Mr. Peter Obi, the moment he became a candidate of a political party, his political party, he traveled to Egypt. When he was asked, he said he went there to go and study, the country's energy company, the way they manage their energy, the way they, he went there to study it. So Atiku should go to America not to campaign. He should go there to study their way of governance and bring something good to Nigerians.
Thank you so much. Next is the Nation newspaper. PDP crisis. Autumn attacks Atiku as Mimiko rejects job. And then a setback for PDP presidential candidate in Benue, ex-Ondo governor, vows not to ditch Wike. Court to Kogi, don't disrupt Dangote's operation. Marketers raise petrol price to 179 naira from 169 naira per litre. No admission offer has been cancelled, says JAMB. Online Lotto casino orders to pay taxes directly to FIRS. And then we still have, court dismisses suit seeking Abiodun's disqualification. Henry.
Okay. As I always said here, just in reference to the major story there, PDP crisis, Autumn attacks Atiku as Mimiko rejects job.
Yes.
Yes. The discourse, surrounding the dispute between Atiku and Wike and Ayu, on the other hand, it's not something that should be at the front burner now. We should be talking about the issues. We should be talking about issues related to governance. We should be talking about what the candidates are bringing when they, or if they become elected. So all these internal disputes, internal wrangling within parties, particularly within the PDP, should not be allowed to distract the focus that we should have on issues that are bothering this country, that should actually be on the top of the electoral agenda that we have now. So even the media, we also have to help, just as the agenda setters, by actually not foregrounding, not giving prominence to some of this distracting discourse.
All right, thank you so much for that. We have two papers remaining. That is the Guardian newspaper and Nigerian Tribune, and we're going to take both of them together. The Guardian first. We are still talking about the mopping of Naira notes, that CBN redesigning currency. Down there we can see university admission session still valid, says JAMB. Exoneration of Sarawiwa orders will end Ogoni conflict. Mosop insists. World Bank wants global inflation may worsen as currencies depreciate. Experts prescribe ways to avert recession and grow economy in 2023. Workers of the defunct New Nigerian newspaper appeal to Lalong to pay entitlements. And then let's see what we have in front of the Nigerian Tribune. We have a court restrains Kogi government from shutting down Dangote Cement. Alleged 109 billion naira fraud. Federal government rearranges a suspended Accountant General Ahmed Idris and others. No cause for alarm, WAEC management says, as fire got headquarters. Flood. 30 years of consistent investment needed to control menace, federal government. And then we'll track party campaigns. INEC says 93 million voters tentative. These and many more are the stories trending in front of the Guardian and Nigerian Tribune.
Please, I want to talk on the Nation newspaper about this PDP crisis. I don't like it when people talk too much. I think Wike and his team are talking too much now. PDP has conducted their primaries and it is over now. They have taken their decision. The national chairman doesn't want to resign. The presidential candidate doesn't want to yield to the advice of the people. I think what Wike should do now with his team is just to ignore these people and do what they have in their mind. Than coming always on, just like my colleague said here, to distract people, make comments. Now, Tom is saying we are going to, Benue is not going to vote for Atiku. Tom shouldn't say that. If you have your plans, go ahead with your plan. But you cannot come out on air, on national dailies to say that Benue will not vote for Atiku. Are you Benueans? You are yourself. You are just a governor with your own vote. You cannot tell people where to cast their vote. Okay, you have your rights, you have your choice, you are entitled to your opinion, you are entitled to your own candidate to vote whom you want to vote for. And you cannot tell people whom to vote for. So I think what they should do now, if they are game planners, they should go ahead and plan their game very well. They should go ahead and begin to map out ways they can win the election and not coming out always on air to tell us that we are going to do this. Well, a barking dog does not bite. That's my take. Thank you.
All right, Henry.
Okay. The story that has actually featured in almost all the dailies regarding the Obajana cement factory, the dispute between Dangote and the Kogi State governor, with the court yesterday stopping the state government from shutting down that factory. Honestly, when I heard of that dispute for the first time, I think I read it in the newspaper, I was surprised as to how the two parties, ended up in such a mess, such dispute, because something as big as the cement factory in question, is a very huge investment, the largest in Africa, and then you are concluding transactions as to the ownership. Things were not documented in such a way that, facts will speak for themselves. So I'm a little bit surprised. And I also back the judgment of the court because we cannot actually sacrifice the economic well-being of the country, the livelihood of the several persons, hundreds of persons that have been employed by that plant on the altar of the dispute between Dangote and state government. So in matters like this, I will always advise that we be very careful, because it's something that is going to have a very fundamental and far-reaching effect on the economy. And meanwhile, also, I thought that the federal government has actually intervened in this matter. So I never knew that the dispute is still adversarial as this, because I thought they have come to embrace an alternative dispute resolution mechanism to ensure that this matter is settled amicably and rested once and for all.
All right, thank you so much, Henry. And I want to say thank you to you for being part of the press review this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And also to you, Apostle Isaac John Paul. Thank you also for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on Press Review this morning. We also want to thank all our callers. Thank you. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. We're going on a short break, but we'll see you at the other side. Stay with us.
This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Invasive insect species are one of the biggest threats to farms across Africa, and the damage they cause costs billions of dollars. The biggest culprit is the fall armyworm, which was first spotted in Africa just 2 years ago and has since eaten its way across the continent, leaving only a few parts of North Africa untouched. It's best known for chomping through maize, but it also eats more than 100 other plant species, including cotton, sorghum, and potato crops. It has such a huge appetite that when it does invade, it can destroy up to 3/4 of a farm's crop. Another hungry caterpillar, which is wreaking havoc across the continent, is a spotted stalk borer. It tunnels its way through the inside of the maize cob and is found in East, Central, and Southern Africa. For a bug that's only 1 millimeter long, the silverleaf whitefly causes a lot of trouble. This tiny pest feeds directly on plant sap and also transmits plant diseases like the cassava mosaic virus and cassava brown streak disease. It's found in many parts of East and Central Africa. The Tuta absoluta moth, also known as the tomato leaf miner,